Hi, guys. Welcome to Helping Hands for Cruising. If some of you guys don't know what Helping Hands for Cruising is, well, let me tell you. Helping Hands for Cruising is a nonprofit 501c3 organization, and we put people who are less fortunate that always dreamed about these lush, luxurious vacations on a cruise ship to different ports, to different countries, to different providences, to different areas of the world, and we make their dreams become a reality. And who you see above me right here is our next recipient who is going to be on our next cruise. That's right, guys. We have a cruise called the RNR Tribute Cruise.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be an ocean that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for Cruising, making your dream a reality.
And Mr. Dan, that is up here, is our next recipient. And Dan, you are from Orange County, California. Thank you for coming in and being a part of this today. I can't wait to get to know you more, get to learn some things about you, and see your take
Sure.
on our organization. So welcome in, welcome in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yes, I'm ready for all of your questions.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's start off with some good get to know you ones. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 63. I'm retired. I'm in Orange County. I wasn't always in this good of shape. I experienced a really long illness in the past. I was bedridden for almost 3 years. Health hasn't been the greatest. Doing my best to have as much health as I can. Before coming to California, I lived in Missouri, and one of the events I experienced in Missouri was the Joplin tornado in 2011. That was a pretty devastating time. But since then, things are on the up. Yeah, and just getting to this point now where I'm finally in a pretty good space, a pretty decent space, but things haven't always been a decent, happy space. So there's that.
Good. So, how did you first hear about Helping Hands for Cruising?
I kind of didn't hear about it. It kind of fell in my lap through Roxy. Um, Rox and I had been talking over the years, and I didn't know that she had nominated me. So she had won the cruise,
Hmm.
and she was chosen, and she went. And then when she was asked if she knew of anybody who was in a particular way, and she thought of me, and so she brought me up. And then I was contacted by Michael Ann, and yeah, it just went from there. And so Roxy texted me on Messenger and said, "Hey, are you free to talk?" I said, "Yeah, I'm free to talk." She says, "I didn't tell you this, but you've been picked for a cruise, and I didn't tell you." And I go, "What? What are you?" So she says, "I only have a couple of minutes. They want to talk to you." And there was an appointment that she'd made with Mike Lynn that I would. So it all came within, like, 15 or 20 minutes. And so they talked to me and they told me all about it. I had no idea. I literally had no idea. So here I was, just stomping through life, and next thing you know, this thing kind of falls in my lap. I go, "God, this is awesome! Like, this is wonderful," because I've always thought about kind of get what it would be like out on the sea, to visit the ocean. I've not been, even though I live in Orange County, but I haven't been. I've been to the beach a few times, but I've not been out on the water. I've not been out on the ocean. I've never been on a cruise. I've not been on a sailboat. I've not been on a catamaran. I've not been. We did take a little boat ride for the harbor once, the Long Beach Harbor, but it was inside the wall. It wasn't outside. It was just, oh, here's all the harbor, and here's the marina, and here's the places that are along the water. And it was, I don't know, a 30 or 40-minute thing. And that was just, I really haven't been out. So when you think about, oh, how neat it would be, to get out and about and what that would be like. So going from nothing to something, now I've been able to entertain all these thoughts. Go, oh, am I going to see dolphins on the bow? You know, I hope the weather holds out, things like that. And so, yeah, I don't know. You can kind of know some things, but you'll never know till you're there. So
Right.
it wasn't, gosh, what's I'm trying to convey? Not a single solitary thing was premeditated. There was no premeditation, and it just like one day Dan is Dan, and the next day Dan is going on a cruise. It's like, wow, and it just fell out of the sky.
Yeah. So, what was your first thought when you found out that you have been chosen as our next recipient?
Well, you wonder. It's a weird psychology, because no matter what happens with you, you wonder, well, are you worthy? Are you worthy? Is this? Did we, did we deserve? Did we this? And so, well, yeah, yeah. So coming to accept that, oh, this is what the universe has you doing, and this is what we're doing. So we're going. So, okay. So coming to terms with that, not being too much in my head about it,
Mhm.
honestly, because it's almost more exciting not thinking about it, because in not thinking about it, everything is possible then. And so I kind of like that idea. So I don't quite know what to expect, but I know a little bit what to expect. And then just telling myself I'm safe. I'm safe. Everything's fine. Don't have to worry about anything. Um, there's that other portion of psychology where, oh, I need to know what's going on. I need to know. That's somebody else's job. All I have to be is myself, and everybody else is handling it. And so that's an interesting experience, going, oh, everything's handled. And so there's a little bit of disbelief about the whole thing. Is this really going on? It's kind of, and it's like, yeah, this is really going on. And so it's a very, very interesting completely, like I said, not premeditated thing. It's not. It just a really super interesting experience
Yeah.
so far. So far.
Right. Yeah. You are currently our fifth recipient. One, two, three,
I'm
four.
number 5.
Number
Number
five. Yeah.
5.
So we've been
So
doing this for 5 years, and the organization is still new. And we, from cut to dry, easy to super behind the scenes, um, I think we produce to our recipients like you, like, hey, this is what's going on. This is how you were nominated. We kind of walk you through so you're not in the dark on a lot of things. And there's more to come in the next 40 days.
it's it yeah, so how it all originated and how it spawned. Very interesting story, how it began, and then it's just something that wanted to take off, and it's taken off.
Yep.
So it's something, that's wanted to occur, and it's occurring. And I thought, oh, and then as a collective, so here's this cruising collective now that's happened because of this occurrence. And it's like, okay, we do this on a regular basis, and then this time you get to tag along. And so it's like, wow, I get to tag along on this thing, right?
Right.
So wow, how often does that happen? We tag along on like dinners and stuff or things, people can, small scale understand. But this is a much larger scale. And now it's gone like kind of international now. Like
Yes.
it started in Australia,
Yep.
but it happened online, and then it just kind of grew kind of exponentially, and it's been growing pretty much ever since.
Yes.
So more and more people find out about it, more and more people are on board, and so more and more people are going to be number 5s.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. In your years, what has been your biggest inspiration in life?
Biggest inspiration in life. Biggest inspiration in life. All the wisdom that's available, being able to participate, accept the wisdoms that are available. Um, back in the earlier days of the internet, that was one of the great things about the internet is wisdom became available. Granted, not everybody experiences wisdom collectively; they don't always, but you can. And yeah, being able to grow spiritually and expand spiritually, and the neat things I've been able to learn, from having access to all the things that I didn't have access to before. Yeah, that's been pretty inspiring. And then that's helped me enough to where I could even help other people. So I've been doing that kind of on the side, which is
Nice.
what people who are reading my name at the bottom there, they're going, well, what's that? Well, that's the persona that does this helping bit, because some people are struggling, spiritually, or they have their finger on what they need to do in their life to have things be a little bit better, and they just need that little bit of help. So yeah, just having access to some wisdom has been pretty inspiring, and then being able to help others is good. I really like
Nice.
that aspect.
So our organization kind of goes hand in hand with what you believe with.
Sort of, yeah. So it's kind of the what you put out is what you get back kind of thing. There's a little
Yes.
bit of that going on. There's
Yes.
a little bit of that going on. So I think, oh yeah, this is great. This is perfect then.
So what is the one thing people might be surprised to learn about you?
Um, I'm not just this. I'm other things. I'm a ham radio operator. Um, I'm getting ready to join a neighboring city's emergency team. I'm going to go into the emergency service over there. Um, yeah, that's fun and exciting. Um, Yeah, yeah, just that. I think I'll stay right with that for now.
Nice. So let's kind of shift gears about. We went from getting to know a little bit about Dan. Let's talk
Mhm.
about the excitement on the cruises and some of your expectations or some of your things that you might be curious about. Um, First of all, you kind of hit it in the first part when you were describing, you in general. And we talked about, have you ever been on a cruise before, or is this truly your first time? And you said this is your first time actually going out into the ocean, never being around any of that and all of that. So you did hit that question there. Now, what is the one thing? Let's talk about this. What is the one thing going on a cruise ship that you're kind of interested in learning?
I'm interested in learning how it feels different from the land. And I know that sounds strange, but I've been on the land all my life. And the idea of not having land and what that feels like, because we're normally pretty grounded, we're walking around, everything is good, and I don't know what it's going to feel like without land. I suppose it would be similar to people who fly when they leave the land for that first time and go, oh, what's it like to not have the land? So having that experience of uh, sensing a different kind of tether, because we're normally kind of tethered to the land, and to
Right.
be tethered to the water, I don't know how foreign that's going to feel, but I'm excited for it because I've not had that before. And so I'm excited for what its capability is. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I just have no idea how that's going to feel.
Your reactions to the question that I just asked, you come off as excited, and you come off as like you're ready to take this new adventure and to actually see what it's really all about. And that's what I like about you.
Yeah, it's not difficult, but it is. It's a very interesting area that I've never explored before. Never thought I was going to have the opportunity to explore before.
Yeah.
And then now I'm exploring it. It's kind of like, oh, and exploring it for real and exploring it knowing that it's going to come to a fruition. Where some people might dream and not have anything come to fruition, where this almost came to fruition before I even got to dream it. Kind of think about it. It just, like I
Right.
said, it all just kind of fell in my lap. It was all pretty sudden, and I don't know if I should or if it's proper to mention that. So I guess there was a gentleman before me that bowed out due to a health reason or something, and that moved me from the other ship to this ship.
Mhm.
So it, I was initially invited to go on a cruise next year,
Mhm.
but then due to a change of circumstances, it's happening in what 39 days. He said 39 days, so a couple of
Yeah,
months.
we're
But I just
excited.
got the acceptance letter a couple of weeks ago. That everything became official just weeks ago,
Wow.
or at least official in my mind. And go, wow, this is really happening. Yeah, so it's been something. So yeah, it's everything isn't just happening; it's been accelerated due to circumstances that things have changed a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a very interesting exploration, and I don't
Right.
know all of it. I'm not going to know any of it. Well, I won't know some of it until I'm actually in it. And yeah, but am I excited for it? Yeah, because it's a really neat thing. It's a really, really neat experience.
I agree. I agree. I agree. So going into the next thing is, what is the first, what is the one most thing that you're excited about this cruise?
I'm very excited. How would I have explained this? I'm very excited for this one simple idea. It's just that I want to go swimming at every port, every place we stop at. I want
Okay.
to swim in the waters there, and I want to spend time where the ocean and land meet in those. We're going to three places,
Yep.
and I want to spend time in that land water zone in those three places. I just want to go swim on the beach and just feel that.
And you
I
can
know
say,
that
I've been there, done that,
I want
wore
to
those.
be able to experience those three places.
Awesome. Awesome. And
So I know it sounds simple. I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to. Belly dance on a pyramid. I don't want to do all this crazy stuff. I just want to go commune with that available space. That space that people, they go to the beach all the time and they sometimes take it for granted. And I want to go to these special places and feel the specialness of it. And it's simple, kind of wholesome, but I think that would be very fulfilling for some reason. That's what I want to do. Pretty much the
nice.
number one thing I want to do. Get in the water, maybe go find some shells, grab some trinkets from the ocean to bring home, and remember the whole thing forever.
Nice, nice. And that leads you into this next one that you just were talking about. Is there something special on the ship or the destinations that you're really looking forward to experiencing besides the beach and where the land meet? Are you looking at maybe sampling a different cuisine from a different, you know, port? Or is there a specialty like trinket that you want to go find or something like that that you could say, hey, look, Dan has been here, and I'm taking home these fabulous memories of these places.
I'm not a very trinkety person. I'm not a very tourist item. I'd rather have a natural item. So
Okay.
I want to grab a natural item from each place,
So that's
whether
why you
that's
said
a
shells.
shell or a piece of basalt or a rock or a stone or something from there. Doesn't have to be big, maybe about the size of a golf ball or something. Doesn't have to be big, but a memento from that space.
Or we'll get you a little Ziploc baggie and you could put a little sand in from each port.
Well,
Something that
if
says,
they allow it, because I'm flying, I have to fly from LA to Miami, and then I'll be flying back, and I don't know if they allow sand.
I
I
think they
don't
might.
know.
I think they might because Michael Ann, who we've mentioned, she collects the sand. And on her
Or
trips,
does
she's
she?
gotten sand and put it in a little Ziploc baggie and just put it in your suitcase and you
I
should be
wonder
all
if
right.
there's a limit, like a half a pound or something. I wonder if
Yeah.
there's a limit, like a cup of sand. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
And that,
know. I'll have to look into that. This would be a good question for Google to find out
yeah.
just exactly how much material. And then it
Right.
would be probably before that, though, it would be important to find out if the sand is the original sand, if it's indigenous sand, or if it's the sand that's been brought in from somewhere. Because if the
Right.
sand's been brought in from somewhere, then maybe not so much. But if the sand is from there, or an item from there, so yeah, but not a trinket per se, but a natural memento.
Mhm.
I would more prefer that than that. And then as far as the cuisine, yeah, the cuisine. Try something from each place. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's almost an unspoken kind of thing. I think you doesn't everybody do that? Wouldn't they all try?
I mean,
Otherwise,
I would.
wouldn't you just stay home then if you weren't going to try the
Right.
stuff?
Right.
Try
Right.
something. Yeah.
Something's
So
better than nothing.
yeah, and like we mentioned earlier in our little pre-talk, that the food on the Encore ship is pretty good from what I've seen. They've got a lot of variety there, so
They
that
do.
I'm excited for that too. So it's not just the cuisine at the destinations, but the cuisine aboard is
Yeah.
uh, is pretty good. So I'm excited for that too.
And that's kind of what goes into the next question I had for you is, what are some of the things that you hope to see and do and try while you're on the ship?
I'd like to try the steakhouse one night. They have a steakhouse on board. I'd like to try the buffet on board, but that's daily. That's every day. They have the everyday buffet thing. Um, there's a balcony restaurant or something inside the ship that has a special burger I'd like to
Mm.
try. They also have a special dessert there. I don't know if it's half frozen and half warm. It's some kind of cake or brownie or something I'd like to try. Um, and then I'm not sure what the cuisines are going to be at the different destinations.
Yeah.
Uh, Kind of excited to see what the collective knows about it first. Kind of do a little quick study, before we make landfall, and find out if there's a neat place to go to. But yeah, so that would be exciting. And then the other portion of the ship is it's the rock and roll cruise. So way back in the day, way back in the day, I worked in a recording studio. Well, I actually worked in a lot of places. I was a music major in school. And so after high school, when I went to college, took my recording engineering courses in college. And then I worked in a recording studio, worked in a radio station, worked a couple other places. So I have a pretty heavy musical background. And so when they said, "Oh, you're going on the rock and roll cruise," I go, "Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect." Because I haven't done anything musical in a while, so it'd be kind of nice, go see how they do the sound system and go do all that other stuff and see what's going on there. So it'd be interesting to be in that environment again of like a performance kind of experience, a concert kind of, because I don't normally go to concerts. But yeah, and I've been on the road with other groups and stuff, and we've done all this stuff. So it'd be interesting to kind of just go and say, how are you guys going to get that sound on a ship? So I'm
And not
interested.
only that, you get to meet these guys firsthand at the pre-cruise meetup.
Yeah,
They're going
I
to be
don't know
there.
what I don't know what time that is. I don't know how we're going to work the flight for me to get there on time. I forget who's working on that. I
Bruce's.
don't know. Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to manage how I'm going to get there on time for that. And then and he's not told me what the time frames are yet, so I don't know how tired I'm going to be when I get there.
Gotcha,
Because
gotcha.
because if I have to leave at like, well, I don't want to get into all that. If I have to leave really early in the morning, I have to get there like pre-dawn to get there on time, to be there, to get to Miami. Because so I have to fly across the country and then go to a meet and greet, and I just don't know how fresh I'm going to be. So that's just a tiny concern. I don't know. Maybe I can grab a nap or something. I don't know. We're going to play that one by ear
Yeah.
and go from there.
There's
But
nothing
yeah,
wrong with
I'm excited. And I saw the video where they were talking about, oh, there were two groups that were going to go on, but then the one group just ended up getting it and all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, so I watched some of those videos ahead to see even who they were. So, oh, what's this going to be? So yeah,
it. Right.
so there's like this technical sound reinforcement, recording engineering kind of subtext going on behind all the excitement of, oh, I'm going on the ocean for the first time. And not just going for a little bit. Like it's like we're going to be on the water for almost 2 days before we get to
Our first port.
Belize. Yeah,
Yeah.
before we get to Belize. So I'm going to have a good while to feel this whole thing
Yep.
and see what that is, and then get there and go, all right, hope I have all my ducks in a row. Fortunately, I'm going with a large group of other ducks, and some of them, might know some stuff. So, so yeah, I'm looking forward to some camaraderie as well, and some good hanging out and some good company and all of
Good.
that too. So yeah, so there's all this stuff going on, and then there's the technical subtexts and stuff, and then oh God, something else I'd like to do. I would like to visit the bridge if that's allowed. I'd like to visit the bridge, even if it's only for a couple of minutes, and even if I have to stand in a corner somewhere. But it'd be neat to see the bridge. I don't know if that's going to be allowed or not, but I'd like to put that request in. That
I
would
will
be
have to
so neat.
see what we could do about that.
That would be
Um,
so neat.
do you have any nervousness or any concerns about your trip that's coming up other than
No,
what
I'm
you
pretty good. I know how to swim, uh, so that's good. Um, yeah, and it's the Caribbean Sea, so it's fairly it's warmer than the Pacific is the cold ocean, the Atlantic is the warm ocean, and we're kind of going in the middle there. So the Caribbean Sea is pretty warm, so I'm not worried about water temperature. I'm not worried about falling off. I'm not worried about anything.
good?
Actually, I've not had any hair-raising thoughts. Have not been able to muster any. The only concern, even though I just said that, even though I just said that, motion, the motion never ceases. Where when we're on land, like I can sit perfectly still, and I won't be sitting perfectly still, and I don't quite know how I'm going to handle that.
Okay.
Just the motion aspect. I know some people they experience motion sickness when they're out on the sea. So I don't know how I'm going to go with that. That's another
So,
one. I'll fly by the seat of our pants and see how we do. I know there's Dramamine. I know there's patches. I know there's wristbands or
yep,
something.
yep. And I
I
can be
don't
very,
imagine. Yeah, I don't imagine this would be as bad as sailing. So I don't think you need the glasses that keep the horizon straight. I think the horizon is going to be pretty much set, but it's just the idea of constant motion, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to fare with that aspect, that idea of it.
okay. Okay,
So,
that's
is there a
and
red flag on anything? Yeah, motion might be a concern. It's going to be weird. So I'm going to fly. I'm going to be at elevation, and then I'm going to be at sea level. I'm at sea level now. So maybe elevation won't be that bad. Land, be at sea level again, and then be on sea level the whole time. That might be all right. I'm not going mountain climbing or anything, so I should be okay. But the only other thing is just motion. So the only red flag that could potentially um, augment the experience
yeah.
would be motion, some kind of motion sickness.
Okay, okay. And you know what? I want to kind of help put your mind at ease with some of this. There is a very well medical area on the ship, but also I am also a medic and I work in the medical field. And then there is also Sean, who is also a medic. So you are in safe
Perfect.
hands with all of us on
Good.
board the ship. And if you need something, don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, I could just
I'm
say, oh,
there.
queasy or something or whatever, and somebody be right on, and then that'd
Yep,
be
just
great.
all you got to
Right.
do is say, "Hey, Crystal, I need you for a second," and then I will be right there, and I will help you out in any way that I possibly can.
That's
So, and if
perfect.
it's
That's
super
that's awesome.
bad, we will visit the
I,
med.
I'm I don't imagine super bad, but yeah, just
No,
want to
don't
be
worry.
have some kind of preparation in place
Yep,
just in
don't
case.
don't
Just in
worry
case.
about that. Don't worry about that. That put that mind to ease that we have you. Okay,
All
I don't
right,
want you to
perfect.
ever think that you're going in blind on something and that you don't know how to
No, I'm sure
correct
there's
it.
somebody there who has experience with the stuff. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh
even
yeah.
if I ask one of the crew, they should know.
I get
Yeah.
motion sickness really bad. So I will be the first to tell you I wear motion sickness patches behind my ear and I take
Yeah.
Dramamine depending upon the sea. And the last cruise that I was on, I didn't have to do any of it.
Yeah, I don't foresee the weather patterns have been okay so far. I mean, I know it's hurricane season, but it's for a hurricane to occur that time of year is going to be rare there.
Yeah.
So I'm not anticipating anything, but if we do get into some wind or something, that might change things. So just being
Right.
prepared, that's all. Just being prepared
Right.
is calming. So
Yeah. I agree. I agree. So
yeah.
let's do some personal reflections here.
All
Um,
right.
what does this opportunity mean to you personally?
It's here back to it's a really neat thing to be able to experience that I wasn't able to entertain before, or at least I didn't allow myself to entertain much. a lot of, you think about stuff and go, oh, it'd be so neat to do stuff. And then to have it actually occur, and that changes everything. It's like, all right, now this is happening. So now it's not, it's a different caliber of thought. So now I don't have to think if, now I have to think when. So that's been interesting. Um, as far as it's an, see here again, it's interesting again because I'm experiencing it and then trying to describe it as in real time as I go along. And it's kind of like, and I'm not kind of not quite sure exactly what I think about it. And as far as its capabilities, not sure what its capabilities are. So I don't have a whole lot writing on that aspect exactly because I'm more of the mind of I want to think less so that I can allow more and experience more.
Okay.
So leaving myself open to it's going to be whatever it is. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know
Right.
what the impact is going to be. I've not been able to completely fathom it. So I don't know every aspect of it. Actually, I'm finding I don't know hardly any aspects of it. I just know there's a team of people who do this activity. I'm tagging along, and it's going to be very different. It'll be fun. It'll be entertaining. And like I said, it'll be safe. And I get to go, and it's kind of like, oh, all right, wow, is it like being a mascot? Yeah, sort of, sort of. You're the designated mascot. You're the designated mascot this trip. Oh, great, let's go. You know, so, but as far as impact, not really a clue, and I don't know if I want to try to fathom the impact. I don't know. I just don't know. It's going to be
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to doing your interview at the end of the cruise to get your whole
Yeah, to
perspective.
go from now to then. Yeah,
Yeah, to everything, and I think you will be surprised when it's here and you've done it and you've did it to then, and you're gonna be like, and da 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 da, and it's gonna be really great to hear your
yeah,
perspective.
it'll be a very interesting contrast because it'll be this is what I thought going in, and
Yes,
this is what really happened, and so
yes,
that
yes, yes,
the contrast of that will be very different. So
yes.
here's what
And
I thought. Here's what happened. Yeah, yeah, that'll be
so
fun.
during all of this, from the time you got told that, hey, you're going on a cruise, to um your personal life that you have going on, who has supported or inspired you along this way to help you get to where you're at right now? Like, who do you feel has supported you the most of, like, hey, I want to nominate you for this and I would like to do this? Or has anybody just said to you, you know what, Dan, you're well deserving of this. I think you should do it. And this is why.
I had one well-meaning friend. She said, "You have a shave kit?" And I said, "Yeah, I have a shave kit. It's an old camera kit, and it's dilapidated." And she says, you can't go on that cruise with a bad shave kit." I'm going, okay, well, great. Well, what would you prefer I do about it? She says, "I don't want you to do anything. I'm going to get you a shave kit from Amazon and I'm going to ship it to you. So don't buy a shave kit, but you need a new shave kit because you can't go with your dilapidated stuff." So she bought me a shave kit. So I got it. So I'll be bringing that. Yeah, several friends have said, um, you've been very deserving. This is great for you. Um, couldn't happen to a better person. I go, well, good. I'm glad. I didn't know that those people thought that way, but there's been a handful of people that have been very supportive, very helpful. However, none of them have a big piece of luggage, so I don't have a big piece of luggage yet. And like Sean said a little bit ago, we're going in 39 days, and I don't have a piece of luggage, so I need to sort that out probably here pretty soon. So and then figure out what I'm bringing because I have a rough idea. and then I have what I have available to me. So yeah, so the wardrobe is not going to be fantastic or over the top. It might be extremely minimalist, and yeah, very little stuff. But I'm thinking about bringing my snorkel kit. I'm thinking about bringing a fan. I got a little fan because I don't know if the room has a fan. I've got a little oh, I bought a little travel plug-in adapter thing,
Okay.
so I can plug things in, so I can charge phone or whatever. Thinking about
Hmm.
bringing my phone so I can use the camera, and yeah, but yeah, not a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, people have been helpful. But yeah, nobody's got luggage. Odd. Nobody. Everybody loves travel, and nobody has luggage. So I can't borrow one. I'm gonna have to pick one up somewhere. But I've
Right.
not found one at a decent price yet. They're
Right.
everything's pretty pricey. And then
So,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I don't know. I just went blank right there. So you go ahead.
So, if you could share one message for with others who may be facing the challenges or things like that, what would you say and why?
One of my favorite sayings is, "Don't believe everything you think." Because within our thinking, there's an awful lot of limitation. And if you're believing everything you think, that means you're believing those limitations. You kind of lock yourself into that, where you lock yourself into your limitations by what you keep thinking. But if you're not believing everything you think, that kind of opens up an area where something like this could occur. So because that's one of my favorite sayings, and because and that's another reason why I think this has even happened, is because I've been trying to practice over the years not believing everything I think and leaving a little space open for things that I can't comprehend to come in. And then here
Right.
this things come. So this is a pretty big deal because you think, oh, because sometimes we do that secret thing where, oh, if I'm deserving, then this should happen, or my life should be better, or something great should happen. And a lot of people get upset when the great thing doesn't happen, and maybe it hasn't happened because they keep believing everything they think. Oh, it can't come to me because whatever. But what if it can come to you because you didn't even know there was a helping hand for cruising group? You didn't know that there was a whole collective of people that just do this because they want to, and that you can go along. So how would you even be open to that if you don't keep a little space open? So yeah, don't believe everything you think. Don't,
I like that.
because something like this could occur to you, or even something completely different.
I agree. I agree. There's one thing that I've noticed through talking with you is that you seem like you're very humble for things that are happening in your life. And you seem very happy, and even though you try to say like I'm not trying to get super excited because I don't know what is to expect, I can see some excitement in you um through all of this, and just
There
talking to
can
you, getting to know
there
you like.
can be excitement in the unknown. So yes, we're used to being excited for stuff that we do know, but being excited for the unknown, this has been a very interesting exploration. I kind of really like this because it's going to be being happy for an unknown, because I don't know what's going to happen every day. I don't even know
Right.
what's going to happen every day now.
Right.
So when we begin weighing things in our lives that are fulfilling, um, and this isn't something that I did when I was younger. This is something that I started doing that I was older, is enjoying the unknown a little bit more
Mhm.
and not being so harsh. Um, don't be so harsh thinking about, all the things that are in your reality right now, because not everything in reality you're supposed to enjoy. Some of it's just getting your attention, you know, so that you can address it. But being able to enjoy more of the unknown, That's been oddly fulfilling. And so here's another opportunity where I can do that, where I don't know what's going on, but then again, I'm going to be in a pretty sharp collective of people that have done this before. They do this regularly. I don't know if they've been to these destinations before, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the collective has been around these places before. So if there's any questions, they should be approachable enough. Say, hey, anybody know what's going on, what we're doing? Oh, we're going to see a stingray. All right, let's go see a stingray. Or
Right.
whatever we're doing. And then after that, we're going to this thing or that thing, and we're going to visit the thing. We're going to say hi to the sunshine, and then we're coming back to the boat. All right, great, perfect. Whatever. However it goes, right? Just however. It's unknown. Um, it's unknown with a positive twist. So being
Good.
excited for the unknown with a positive twist, because whatever I can think is only going to be a fraction of what it's actually going to be available. So I'm
Good.
excited for that. Yeah. Do I know what it is? Not a clue. But am I happy for it? Yes, I'm happy for it.
Good. Good. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the organization.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of connect with it a little bit. So when you hear the phrase helping hands for cruising, what does that mean to you when you first heard it? Like, what did you think about it?
I wasn't sure. It's a helping hands for cruising. So initially you think, well, helping hands for cruising. It must be somebody helping those that haven't. And then I found out that's exactly what it was at the onset. That's exactly what it was. And then I saw the Kenny story and how it all kind of came about and how it all kind of exploded and it's been exploding ever since. I said, wow, this is such a great thing. This is such a great thing. And if I were in a different financial situation, I would absolutely give to this idea. This is a great idea. And it really wants to happen because it's still happening. I think, oh, this is such a wonderful thing that here comes this invisible opportunity out of nowhere to give to somebody who's either given everything else they've had for another reason. They've given their energy for health, they've given their energy for whatever life strife things. They've given their energies and they didn't have energy to give to themselves, and then here comes this idea that gives to them. So, oh, this is awesome, really, honestly. And there's not too many groups that do this that I'm aware of. At least not like this. They might do other things, but this is yeah, I really do enjoy this idea. I enjoy the idea of the organization. I like the idea as a concept. I think it's a great idea. I support it energetically. I support it emotionally. I think this is great. And if anybody can help, it's a very worthy thing to help.
Good. Good. So again, you kind of touched a little bit about it. What would you say to someone who is thinking about supporting the mission, or becoming a donor? Like, what would you say to them if somebody
I would
approached you
say
and said, "Hey, I would like to gift this organization this. Why
I
should I
would
do it?"
say why do it? It's an honorable thing. You get to help somebody who has, for whatever reason in life, not been able to help themselves on this one-time occurrence to lift a spirit into a place they didn't know was possible to reach. There's not too many things that you can do that to this level of fulfillment. Sure, you can tip the waitress. Sure, you can be nice to the neighbor. Sure, you can do this other thing. But to pull somebody out of a dark place or offer them, you know, this unique experience for the betterment of their life, that's a really great thing. it is a really, really great thing. So it's a very worthy and honorable thing. And then they'll probably want to know, is it tax deductible? All this other stuff. Of course it is. Everybody knows it is. So if you can do it, do it. If you feel it, do it. There's other things, you might not. Oh, okay. Well, I just want to donate. I don't want to do a whole sponsor. Okay, fine. I guess there's different levels.
Mhm.
I don't think there's any limit to the levels. I mean, even during the fundraisers, even if you got $5, you can even do a $5 thing through the fundraisers. So
Yeah.
yeah, it could be as little or as much as you're willing to help with somebody else's fulfillment, to offer them a reality that they didn't know was available.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Don't get to say that every day.
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree with you. And, and hearing it from a recipient standpoint, it makes it hit home even more for me, who is a board member. And this is not scripted. None of this is.
No,
This
no,
is
we didn't have.
coming right from your
There's no
mouth
rehearsal time here.
to our live audience. There's no, hey, you have to say this, you have to say that. No, I want the real, raw, honest truth out of somebody.
Yeah.
um it speaks volumes when it's like that. And I appreciate what you just said. Like, it truly means a lot when we put our recipients on board who get to know a little bit more about all of us as an organization and us as an individual, and you can speak your truth on that. And there's nobody that's saying, hey, did they pay you to say those things? Because no, we don't pay you to say those things. We want your raw, independent truth. And so I thank you for that, and thank you for what you had said. That means a whole lot to me.
Well, there's another aspect that I'd like to mention that even though I have mobility now, I didn't always have mobility, and it was very interesting to me to find out that mobility is not a requirement of the cruise. If you're in a wheelchair, you can go.
Mhm.
If you walk with um, a cane, you can go. If you need crutches, you can go. Or if you have a little scooter or something, you can only scoot along with one that you can go. It's not, you don't have to be mobile. Your mobilization has nothing to do with um, if you qualify or not.
Yeah,
It doesn't have anything to do with it. So you can be wheelchair bound and still go on this cruise.
you can be blind and still come on this cruise.
Yeah, wasn't there a blind girl that
We
wasn't,
have
or
our
she was
very
sight impaired or something?
she's our very first recipient. Well, she was with Kenny on our very first cruise. She was
Okay, all right.
a follower and a supporter. Her and her mother came on board, and she was blind. And she brought her seeing eye dog, and they cruise all the time. Her and her mom do. The most sweetest ladies I've ever met. And um, it's eye opening to see the difference in people in general. Who you would have
Mm,
thought, who how does a blind person figure out how to cruise? You know, and it's simple. There's braille there, you name it, it's there. Um, Same thing with people who have mobility issues. How do they get on and off a ship? How do they have rooms to utilize, for a recipient
yeah,
or
yeah.
a
Do they have
refugee
handrails and all the
general?
things? Yeah,
Correct. And they do. And it's just really, really remarkable to see the cruising industry in general also focus on those people too, because it's not for just the rich and the famous. It's for everybody across all platforms. And,
yeah,
you know, just like somebody found it in their heart to do a thing for you. And now here we are today,
yeah.
less than 30 some days, and we'll be on board a ship.
Yeah, we're gonna be on a ship here pretty soon. Yeah, but I
you
thought
know,
this was important to bring up because that was fascinating to me too. I go, oh, this is a very important aspect for everybody to know. that mobility, whatever level of mobility you are, is fine.
Correct. Correct.
Doesn't matter
So
what it is.
how does it feel to know that there's a whole community behind you, cheering you on and believing in you and wanting to support you on this journey that you're getting ready to
Yeah,
go do?
that's a little bit strange because it's kind of a foreign feeling because we're not normally supported that largely. So it's pretty interesting. And then everybody's kind of interested to go, what about you? What about you? What about you? So there's a little bit of repetitivity. And I'm sure there's going to be even more. I'm sure there's going to be some roundtables about what did you say on? Oh, I saw your video. You said this. What did you mean? Oh, okay, well, this is this and this is that. And so I imagine it's going to be pretty vocal. There's going to be questions. It's going to be neat. It'll be one of those good experiences where, yeah, where everybody gets to share. So it'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm truly looking forward to it. And you will see a lot of Michael Ann and myself, and a lot of the other board members are also going to be there just to make sure that your experience is one that you'll never forget. And there'll be some theme nights. So NCL, our ship particular, is in transition. So they're moving from the Alaskan cruises. They're coming along the California coastline out of Washington, and they're going to be going into the port of Miami. And then they'll start their Caribbean cruises, which I think that just took place. So they're going to be releasing like their themed night. So we'll have an 80s night up on the deck where it's all 80s theme music and we all get together. And they might have a white night where we wear these silent white night headphones and we dance on the thing with glow in the dark
Oh, okay.
things.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Besides all of that, us who are putting on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, we do our own things too. So you'll have like I know one night we're having a dinner with the band and everybody that's part of the cruise one night on the ship. We're all going to dinner in one of the restaurants. And it's a huge, like, kind of like bon voyage, thank you all for coming type thing.
Hmm.
I know we're doing our vice president puts on an amazing scavenger hunt throughout the whole ship where you got to interact with other people on the ship, or maybe go find a certain person who works on the ship and get your photo taken with them and things like that. So there's going to be
Hmm.
those things. We're going to have 2 nights of the Rock and Roll Tribute Band playing for us. Plus our port days. Plus, there's all kinds of other things to do on the ship that's just not with Helping Hands for Cruising. That this is truly your vacation. You interact how you see fit. You don't always have to do
Hmm.
all the things, but if there's things that you want to do and be a part of, and you don't want to do them alone, reach out because I guarantee you one of us will probably be there.
Hmm. Yeah, it'll
Trivia,
be fun.
karaoke night, conga dancing.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so we're coming down. I got 2 more questions left here to ask you.
All
What
right.
would you like to say to the team, the sponsors, the volunteers who made this possible for you to be a part of our recipient?
Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. This is such a neat thing, such a great thing. So I'll say thank you if you haven't gotten enough thanks, because sometimes the people behind the scenes don't get thanked enough. So I'll say thank you. This is really super opportunity. Really great that this even exists. So it's really great to be a part of. So thank you. That's what I'd like to say.
Well, Dan, thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being honest and upfront with all of us. Thank you for sharing your story with us and letting us get to know a little bit more about who you are.
Hmm.
Um, and I have one last question.
All
After
right.
this, after this cruise, would you be interested in sharing your story to inspire future recipients on board Helping Hands for Cruising?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Of course I would.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
And I look forward to getting to be on board a ship with you, maybe share a nice dinner with you,
sure. It'll
um,
be fun.
going on an excursion maybe, or even just, you know, sitting on a beach and enjoying the sand and the
Yeah,
waves.
just chilling for a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, something aboard. So I look forward to seeing you here in less than 30 some days.
yeah,
And,
39 days.
thank you. Thank you for your input. Thank you for
Hmm,
this pre-cruise, pre-meet, pre-greet extravaganza that we just hosted here. And
yeah.
that's all the questions that I have for today. You
All
know,
right.
I,
Well, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you being a part of all of this. And guys, if there's one thing I can say to you is helping hands for cruising means a lot to a lot of people. You're not just gifting somebody a vacation of a lifetime, but you're gifting them something special. That something special could be the first time seeing an ocean, seeing sea turtles, seeing stingrays, seeing jellyfish or starfish, or even stepping foot off of a ginormous cruise ship to a particular port that they've always dreamed about going to. And it doesn't
Hmm.
have to necessarily be a Caribbean cruise. It can be a Bahama cruise. It could be an Alaskan cruise. It could be a European cruise. We are always looking forward and for future cruise hosts and future cruise recipients. So if you're asking yourself, how can I nominate somebody? You need to give a short 5-minute video. Talk a little bit about that person. Let us know what that person is like, who that person is, and why you feel that they are deserving to be our next recipient for Helping Hands for Cruising. Then you're going to take that video and you're going to, on our website, there is a link to our host liaison. You are going to email her that video, and then she will deliver it to the right hands of where that needs to be. So if you've ever dreamed about putting a future recipient like Dan on board a cruise ship, or you might have somebody in mind who is going on a cruise and would love to host a cruise, again, same process as normal. We want to thank each and every one of you for your donations and allowing these people's dreams become realities. And we will see you guys all on the next one. And Dan, thank you so much from the bottom of my
Yeah,
heart
you're welcome.
and
Thank
our
you.
team and our organization for being a part of this today. And
Yeah,
I will see you in 38 days.
Helping hands
thank
for
you.
cruising. Every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing. Nothing, just keep moving. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Smiles light up the night under stars so bright, turning wrongs to right, holding on so tight. Sail with me, we'll find joy in every kind. Leave the past behind, in each wave unwind.